everyone, Dr. D here with Prideful Kids. Just wanted to hop on today. I've been getting quite a few questions in our email and in our inbox discussing how do we talk to our kids about race, right? Especially with teaching them self pride, um, self awareness, and their history. How do we teach our kids about race? Well, for us here at Prideful Kids, we start at the beginning. We talk about our ancestors, okay? We talk about where you guys can see the map behind me. We talk about where our ancestors are from. We talk about our family history. We talk about all of those things to really connect us to understanding our race. Um, and we talk about it in as inclusive as discussing why we may be different culturally, skin color wise. We always talk about how it is great to understand the differences amongst us and our friends, even those in our families. So I know it can be a bit daunting when you're working through Remarkable Rosa or doing any of the other lessons that we have posted on Facebook. How do I discuss race with my children? Well, first off, don't be afraid to discuss race with your kids. We all know that race is a social construct. We know that it is something that is taught, but let's be honest, our kids are going to learn about race one way or the other. So why not be the first teacher when it comes to that? And so when we discuss race, we are discussing all of the beautiful and wonderful things along with some of those not wonderful things that have happened in our ancestry, in our history, right? But we are breaking it down in a way that a child can understand, that a 3 to 6 year old can understand who they are and where they came from. So for us and the Prideful Kids, Kaylee and Donovan, we discuss race, of course, in terms of our ancestry, which means we have to take it all the way back to Africa, right? So we have plenty of books on kings and queens and just his very famous people from the continent. And then we break it down and we learn, it turns into a geography lesson, guys. We learn about how many countries are in Africa, the names of the river, the languages that people speak in certain parts of the continent, in the countries, the names of cities. And we really, really try our best to make sure that we are pronouncing everything as it should be pronounced. YouTube is your best friend. We watch a lot of YouTube videos that we like. And so we kind of go all over the gamut there. And then we bring it home with discussing our family and our lineage, and knowing, even if we can just, you guys begin with with the kids' grandparents. Even if you can't go back really far in your family, begin with the kids' grandparents and make it a family tree lesson. Excuse me. All of that brings it to terms in terms of how we talk about race, how we talk about culture. That's another piece. We have board games that talk about culture, books, like I said, YouTube channels. But the first thing that I highly suggest whenever you begin the discussion of race, before you even say the word, is to begin to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning and connect with ancestors and move your way forward from there. You will be amazed at the self pride that you instill in your prideful kid by just discussing that part of their family history with them. And then if you have time, do the ancestry.com, do the DNA test, and get more deep into that, and let that be a self-discovery for the entire family. I just started my journey with the DNA, and so I'm excited to share that with my children as well as we continue that journey. But I just wanted to come on quickly and give you guys a few tips when it comes to Remarkable Rosa, right? Because I know that people have been purchasing the workbook and they're saying, well, we've never really talked about race. I don't know where to really begin with this in terms of talking about civil rights. And I say, start at the beginning. Begin to have a conversation and bring it here and talk about your child being changed and why it's fair to treat people of different races and colors and cultures with respect and with kindness and with love, and let that build for them. Open that up to a discussion for those of you that are in homeschool groups or daycares or public schools or even private schools. Open that up as a discussion of their friends in their classroom as well, and talking about their different races and talking about what that means, and even researching some of those races and cultures and the histories behind them as well. So I really think that this is awesome. I think this is an incredible way to instill self-pride in our children. Thank you for taking the journey with me. And if you have any more questions regarding how do we talk about race, how do we have the discussion, Dr. D, can you do a an example video with the Prideful Kids demonstrating? I would love to. Please just make sure that you reach out and let us know. You can do so on Facebook at Prideful Kids 2, the same on Instagram. You can also email us at info@pridefulkids.com. You can always leave a comment on our website, www.pridefulkids.com. We are excited for you all to be on this journey of being a prideful kid with us. We have some great stuff in store for you all coming soon. 2 more workbooks before the end of the year. We're going to begin bundling that as well. We have some awesome things that we want to be able to get to you all, and PK gear is always available. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. We love that you're supporting us. And don't forget to love your history and to love you. Okay? Thank you.